folks. I hope we're doing good. I hope we're doing good today. So I figured I'd do this video real quick. I started to do it last night, and then I ended up getting sidetracked. Also, I was exhausted. I'm still pretty exhausted, but I'm in the process of... I went through and cleaned up a bunch of my CDs, made sure I got them all in the right cases. I had these, holders like these all around with stuff on them. This is just a bunch of DVDs, by the way. I had a couple of cases like this full of stuff that needed to go in the actual cases, the actual correct jewel cases. I've got like 4 stacks here. I'm probably going to shoot a video or two. I think I'm going to split them up as best as I can, because I'm not... If I go through, there's like 30 CDs here. You guys be like, what is he doing? Oh, excuse me. So, without further ado, this is the video answering Rock Scout's 15 questions. Now, so the very first question here is, if you guys haven't subbed to his channel, please do so. He's got some great stuff on there. One thing I think that I would love for Scott to do is just turn the volume up just a little bit. But that's here nor there. And I kind of wanted to point out too, because the band that I'm going to be talking about in this video kind of got Dan Powers in trouble with YouTube. He did a channel shout out to myself, which I really appreciated that immensely. Unfortunately, they removed it because he played South of Heaven in his during the video. But nonetheless, thank you very much, Dan. I really appreciate that. And yeah, we'll be in touch later on. Okay, gonna do this real quick because we're at 2 minutes and I haven't gotten into anything yet. Okay. Question number 1. Name an album that is crying out for a release. Pleasures of the Flesh. Exodus. I had this in my Tales from the Desk of metal yesterday, or last night. Some of you guys may have watched it. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, no, this and a couple others have definitely got to have the reissue. Love. A discography in your collection that is near completion. Well, there's a few of them. I mean, there's AC/DC and all that, but the main one is Slayer. I need to get Hell Awaits. I need to get Show No Mercy. Now, I have Hell Awaits on vinyl, but I want to get it on CD. I have a Bird copy, but that's not going to do anybody any good, really. And I'd love to get the cassette because I saw Danny had one. That was pretty sweet. But yeah, Slayer is it. Question number 3. Great cover, bad album. Now, this for me was kind of tough, but only because... And I don't want to say it's a bad album. It's just, there's literally 3 tracks on here that I give a shit about. And that is Slayer's Christ Illusion. The album cover is just awesome. It's just awesome. I mean, you got... heads in here floating around like Mother Teresa and all this shit, and, the zombie Jesus with the hands cut off and shit and all that. It's got, Jihad, Cult, and Fleshstorm are the ones I get excited about. The rest of them, whatevs, I guess. That's that. Question number 4. Bad cover, great album. I know someone who probably really appreciate that. That's Mark G with a C, Mark Gibson. That is this here. That is At the Gates, Terminal Spirit Disease. That's a great record. It's way more death metal than anything. But it's a great record. It's just a friggin'... What the hell is that? I don't even know. It's just a friggin' mess. But I don't particularly like the cover. I just can say that, hey, I've got that record. A short album. Simple. Slayer's Raining Blood. It's literally 28 minutes. A song that introduced you to a genre you love. Obviously, thrash is one of my biggest and most loved, next to Swedish death metal. And so that song would be Trapped Under Ice. That was the very first thrash song I ever heard, was Trapped Under Ice by Metallica from the Ride the Lightning album. An album people wouldn't expect you to like. This here, Eric Clapton's Chronicles. Every song on here, I think, except maybe two, I really, 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 really love. I love that whole record. It's just absolutely fantastic. And for some of you who have me on Facebook, I propped that up on as one, day 2 of albums that changed my taste in music, and that's one of them. It's one of the many reasons why I have a deep love for Fender Strats and Telecasters. But that's for another video. Now, so the most anticipated album of 2020. So there's actually 2 records coming out very shortly. The first one is on May the 1st, and that's Havoc's 5. And on May 8th being released is Vader's Solitude and Madness. I cannot wait to listen to both of those and do record reviews on them. Yeah, you guys are going to love those. I can't wait. Band/artist you would like to the party with? Gojira. Now, this is Magma. And I have another one of theirs later on for another question. These guys are just absolutely stellar. You're not gonna get a better band than that. Let's see here. Album that you play on a regular basis. That is Slayer's South of Heaven. And for a lot of guys who know me, I used to slag on that thing so bad because I was like, oh, it's slow Slayer, it's garbage. Bah. Now it's in my top 3. I guess that's what happens when you listen to Behind the Crooked Cross about 10, 15 times in a row and then Silent Scream about another 20. The things you'll find out when when you pay attention, as it were. Okay, so this one, Scott, kind of threw me off a little bit. A record you recommend that was £10 or less, or a CD you'd recommend that was £5 or less. Well, I don't really have one per se that fits in that category. I'm Canadian, so some guys have done this and some haven't. So the £10 or less, if you take the £10 and you convert that over to Canadian, it's roughly $25-ish. So I did this. This is kind of a meet in the middle, and this is actually, this is talked about quite a lot. It's hard. It's so freaking hard to get the lighting here. There we go. Well, nevertheless, let's just do this here. No, that doesn't work either. Regardless, I think there you go. So Death Angel, Humanicide. I don't know why this lighting in here is terrible today. Yeah, Death Angel, Humanicide. I think I got that for like $15 or something like that. Love that record, by the way. Okay, you're the very first and last in your collection. Well, I'm going to go with my very first piece of music format I ever bought. And I actually don't have it anymore. It was destroyed. Plus I literally listened to it so much. That was Black Crowes' Shake Your Money Maker. That was the very first cassette I ever bought. And this is the last in my collection. Killswitch Engage and Atonement. It's a fantastic record. Now, the album that changed your opinion of a band or an artist. I know this may seem silly, and because I brought up Gojira and Magma, I was really late to the party. But what it was I was listening to a couple tracks from this beast, Gojira, the Way of All Flesh. I thought everybody kept talking, oh, Gojira, 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 and I heard I think like 30 seconds of something. I was like, oh god, that sounds like a second-rate death metal band. Like I want no part of. I want no part of that kind of thing. And so I just said, well, whatever, right? I was like, I wanted no part of it, and I didn't really even care. So as I'm gonna slide over here, I'm gonna kind of step out of the screen for a minute here. See, I got a shelving unit off to the side here. I've been kind of trying to straighten it up as best I can, and I'm probably gonna make a mess of it later, anyways. What I'd like to do, I think once I get the chance, I'm gonna get a different shelf and kind of have it off to the side so I can just reach from here. And last two questions are: one album you'd save in a fire. I brought this up last night. Dan Powers and I talked about it. This beast, Brian Johnson era. This is one of the rawest records next to Fly on the Wall and Blow Up Your Video, which I have right here. Look at that. Is definitely this. I would save this out of a fire in a heartbeat. I love every damn song on this here. I mean, there's I think Badlands and the House or Rising Power, they're kind of okay. They're not in terms of my love for this record, they would be lower on my listening, but they're just amazing record. And like I say, one of my favorites. And I don't know what I did with the friggin' CD, but I know I got the friggin' jacket here. I'm so disorganized. I'm I'm all over the friggin' place here. So I got the booklet here, so I'm just gonna kind of slip her back in. And last but not least, an album this is a debut album from 1986. Well, that kind of ruins it for me. It's not going to be a debut album because I don't think I have one. It's a debut album from '86. Oh. Yep. Well, what I ended up doing was for the question, I picked Rain and Blood. Obviously, it's not a debut record. I didn't even look until now. This is terrible. So, I mean, I know this isn't a contest or anything, but I think at the end of the day, you can just kind of I'll just chalk it up that I didn't have anything, I guess. Yeah. Sorry, I kind of botched on it. But anywho, that's my questions answered. Except for 15, it was done wrong. I guess I just picked a record from '86, so that's Rain and Blood. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna get to doing some other stuff a little later. Like I said, I've got stacks. Here's the biggest one right there for now, and I got another. I got another couple stacks. The second one's this size here. That's another one. And then I got a bunch of digipacks that I kind of molded, kind of put together. And the rest I already showed. And then there's other stuff there that is indie bands. So bands that I know personally, etc., etc. So yeah, what I think I'll do is I'll get this. I'll get doing that later tonight. Or at least I'll get it started. We'll see how we do. Anyways, guys, thank you so very much for watching. If you like this, check it out. Give it a like. If you want to share, go ahead. And also subscribe. More coming, guys. Yeah.